Welcome to Prague, the fairy tale capital of Europe that's also one of the cheapest major cities to explore on a budget. In this video, I'm going to share 15 powerful money-saving tips. We'll start with tip number 15, which can save you a few dollars, and work our way up to tip number 1, the single most powerful budget hack that can cut your Prague costs by 40 to 60%. So whether you're planning your first trip or returning to Prague, stick around until the end. These tips will help you travel Prague for as little as $40 to $80 a day. Let's dive in. Let's start with tip number 15. Bring a refillable water bottle. This simple tip can save you $5 to $10 per day, which adds up to $50 to $100 over a week-long trip. Here's why this works so well. Prague has excellent tap water quality. It's completely safe to drink straight from the faucet. You can refill your water bottle at your hotel, restaurants, cafes, and even public water fountains throughout the city. The city features numerous public water fountains scattered throughout parks and popular tourist areas. These fountains provide a refreshing option, especially during warmer months when staying hydrated is crucial. However, be aware that some fountains may be turned off during colder months, so always check if they're operational. By avoiding bottled water purchases, which can cost $2 to $3 each in tourist areas, you're not only saving money but also reducing plastic waste. This aligns with sustainable travel practices while keeping more money in your pocket for experiences. Always stick to tap water in restaurants and cafes, or use designated public fountains. Avoid drinking from non-designated sources like streams or unmarked fountains, as these may harbor contaminants. Now let's go to tip number 14. Skip the expensive boat tours, or at least evaluate them carefully. Boat tours in Prague offer nice views of the city's architecture and riverside scenery, but they often aren't cost-effective for budget travelers. Here's what you need to know. Many boat tours include passages through locks, which can add significant time to the journey. A 1-hour tour might include 20 to 30 minutes just waiting in locks, which means less actual sightseeing. Tour prices vary widely. A basic 1-hour cruise costs around $15 to $20, while dinner cruises can cost $50 or more. For budget travelers, the best alternative is simply walking along the Vltava River. You'll get the same beautiful views for free, and you can stop whenever you want to take photos or explore. If you really want a river experience, look for the shortest, cheapest sightseeing cruise available. Skip the dinner cruises and elaborate tours unless you have extra budget to spare. Tip number 13. Don't waste money on outdated guidebooks. Traditional guidebooks can cost $15 to $25, and they're often outdated before you even buy them. Restaurants close, prices change, and new attractions open that aren't included in printed guides. Here's a better strategy. Use free online resources instead. Travel blogs provide real-time information about current prices and recent experiences. Review sites like TripAdvisor offer up-to-date reviews from travelers who just visited. Social media platforms show you what's currently popular and trending. You can also ask locals for recommendations. Engage with people at your hotel, cafes, or shops. Czechs are known for their hospitality and will often share their favorite spots. For souvenirs, skip the expensive tourist shops near major attractions. Instead, explore local markets like Havlíčské Tržiště, where you'll find unique handcrafted items at reasonable prices. Look for smaller, family-owned shops that offer authentic selections without the tourist markup. By skipping guidebooks and using free online resources, you save money and get better, more current information. Tip number 12. Always validate your public transport tickets. This tip doesn't save you money directly, but it prevents you from losing money to fines. In Prague, tickets must be validated at designated machines in metro stations and on trams and buses. Failing to validate can result in hefty fines if caught by inspectors. The fine can be 800 Czech crowns, which is about $35. That's roughly 30 times the cost of a regular ticket. One mistake can wipe out your food budget for 2 days. Here's how to avoid this. When you board a tram or bus, look for the small yellow validation machines. Insert your ticket and it will be stamped with a date and time. In metro stations, validate before you go through the gates. Also, make sure you have the correct ticket for your journey. Prague operates on a zone-based system, and if your ticket doesn't cover your intended route, you could face penalties. Download the Vltava app, which is the official transit app. It makes buying and validating tickets easy and contact-free. One simple validation can save you $35 in fines. Tip number 11. Avoid taxis for short distances. Prague is an incredibly walkable city. Many attractions are within reasonable distance of each other. And walking not only saves money, but lets you experience the city's charm up close. Taxis in Prague can be expensive, especially for tourists who aren't familiar with local rates. A short 10-minute ride can cost $8 to $15, when walking the same distance would only take 15 to 20 minutes. When you do need a ride for longer distances or when carrying luggage, use ride-sharing services like Uber or Bolt instead of regular taxis. These platforms offer better rates and transparent pricing. Before getting into any taxi, check for the official taxi sign and ensure the meter is running. If a driver quotes a flat rate, negotiate or decline, as this often indicates an inflated fare. Here's the savings. If you avoid 3 unnecessary taxi rides during your trip, you'll save $25 to $45. That's enough for several great meals at local restaurants. Walk when you can, and use ride-sharing when you can't. Tip number 10. Research skip-the-line tickets carefully before buying them. Skip-the-line tickets can save you valuable time at popular attractions like Prague Castle and the Old Town Hall, especially during peak season when lines can be hours long. However, purchasing these tickets for every attraction can waste money. Here's what to consider. For major sites with notoriously long waits, skip-the-line tickets are worth it. But for smaller museums or less popular attractions, you're paying extra for a benefit you don't need. The cost difference is usually $5 to $10 per ticket. If you buy skip-the-line access for 5 attractions when you only needed it for 2, you've wasted $15 to $30. Instead, do this. Research which attractions have the longest wait times. Buy skip-the-line tickets only for those. For others, visit during off-peak hours, like early morning or late afternoon, when crowds are smaller. Also, purchase tickets online in advance through official websites. This often provides discounts and guarantees entry without waiting, even without paying for official skip-the-line upgrades. By being selective, you save money while still avoiding the worst lines. Tip number 9. Compare currency exchange rates at multiple locations. Currency exchange rates can vary significantly in Prague. The difference between the best and worst rates can be 10 to 15%, which means substantial savings on larger amounts. Here's what to avoid. Never exchange currency at the airport. Airport exchange kiosks offer the worst rates. Also, avoid banks, which charge higher fees and offer less favorable rates than dedicated exchange offices. Instead, check rates at multiple exchange places in the city center. Look for offices that display their rates clearly. Reputable exchange offices near Wenceslas Square often have competitive rates. Also, be cautious about accepting euros in Prague. Some vendors will take euros but at poor exchange rates. Always ask for prices in Czech crowns and pay in local currency. The best option is using ATMs from reputable banks like CSOB or Komerční banka. Withdraw cash directly in Czech crowns, which typically provides better rates than exchange offices. Here's the savings impact. If you exchange $500 at a bad rate versus a good rate, the difference can be $50 to $75. That's significant. Always compare rates before exchanging money. Tip number 8. Don't automatically buy the Prague Visitor Pass without calculating if it's worth it. The Prague Visitor Pass covers many attractions, including Prague Castle interiors, the Old Town Hall, and the Jewish Museum. It also includes public transportation. Sounds great, right? But here's the problem. If you don't use it efficiently, you'll waste money. The pass costs around $60 to $80 for 2 to 4 days, depending on which option you choose. But if you only visit 2 or 3 included attractions, you would have spent less by buying individual tickets. Here's how to evaluate it. Before your trip, list every attraction you genuinely want to visit. Check if they're included in the pass. Add up what those individual tickets would cost. Compare that to the total pass price. Also, consider your travel style. If you prefer leisurely exploration and don't plan to visit many attractions per day, the pass probably isn't worth it. Many of Prague's best experiences are completely free. Charles Bridge, Prague Castle grounds, Old Town Square, Letna Park, Vyšehrad Fortress, and Petrin Hill. All offer world-class views without spending a penny. By skipping an unnecessary visitor pass, you can save $30 to $50. Use that money for experiences you'll actually enjoy. Do the math before buying any city pass. Tip number 7. Time your visit for off-peak season to save on accommodation. Accommodation prices in Prague fluctuate dramatically based on season. During peak summer months and major holidays, demand surges, leading to inflated prices and limited availability. Here's the strategy. If your travel dates are flexible, visit during shoulder seasons. The best months are in March, April, October, and November. You'll find better deals, enjoy fewer crowds, and still have pleasant weather. February can also be cheap, though it's colder. Avoid late June, July, August, and December, which are the most expensive periods. The savings are significant. On a week-long trip, choosing off-peak season can save you $200 to $400 on accommodation alone. Book in advance for the best rates. Prices rise as travel dates approach, so booking 2 to 3 months ahead often yields 20 to 30% savings. By timing your visit wisely, you save hundreds of dollars. Tip number 6. Never eat at restaurants right next to major tourist attractions. This is one of the biggest money mistakes tourists make in Prague. Restaurants near Old Town Square, Charles Bridge, Wenceslas Square charge premium prices for mediocre food. A meal that costs $8 at a local restaurant will cost $20 to $25 in these tourist zones. The impact on your budget is huge. If you eat 3 meals a day for a week near tourist sites, you'll spend an extra $150 to $200 compared to eating where locals eat. Here's what to do instead. Walk just 3 to 4 blocks away from major attractions before choosing a restaurant. Prices drop dramatically once you leave the immediate tourist area. Look for restaurants frequented by locals. Signs include menus in Czech language, families dining there, and less flashy exteriors. Traditional Czech dishes to try include goulash, a savory beef stew served with dumplings, and švicková, a creamy sauce over marinated beef. For breakfast and snacks, use grocery stores like Billa, Albert, or Lidl. You can eat comfortably for $15 to $25 per day by avoiding tourist traps. Walking 3 blocks can save you $100 or more per week. Tip number 5. Always decline currency conversion at ATMs. This is critical. When you use an ATM in Prague, you'll often see a screen asking if you want to be charged in your home currency or in Czech crowns. This is called dynamic currency conversion, or DCC. The screen makes it seem helpful, right? See the charge in your currency so you know exactly what you're paying. But here's the truth. It's a trap. When you accept DCC, the ATM or bank sets the exchange rate, and they set it terribly in their favor. You can lose 5 to 10% compared to the real exchange rate. On a $500 withdrawal, that's $25 to $50 just vanished into extra fees. Here's what to do. Always decline the conversion. Always choose to be charged in local currency, which is Czech crowns. When you do that, your home bank does the conversion using the standard Visa or MasterCard exchange rate, which is much better. It might feel weird because you won't know the exact amount in your home currency at that moment, but trust me, you'll save money. This same rule applies at restaurants and shops. When paying with a credit card, if they ask whether to charge in dollars or Czech crowns, always choose Czech crowns. Over a week-long trip with multiple ATM withdrawals and card purchases, declining DCC can save you $50 to $100. Always choose local currency. Every single time. Tip number 4. Use unlimited public transport passes instead of single tickets. Prague has one of the best and cheapest public transport systems in Europe, but tourists often waste money by buying single tickets instead of passes. Here's the breakdown. A single 30-minute ticket costs about $1.20. If you take 6 rides per day, that's about $7 daily. But here's the better option. A 24-hour unlimited pass costs around $6. A 72-hour pass costs around $14. And the best deal of all, a 30-day pass costs around $28. Let me repeat that. 30 days of unlimited metro, tram, and bus for under $30. That's less than $1 per day. These passes include the metro, all trams, buses, the funicular to Petrine Hill, and even some ferries. Here's the savings calculation. On a week-long trip, buying single tickets for 6 rides per day costs about $50. Buying a 72-hour pass twice costs $28. You save $22. The trams are often faster than Uber and definitely cheaper. The tram network is extensive. The metro provides quick access to key areas, and buses fill in the gaps. Use the Vltava app to buy passes contact-free. It's the official transit app and makes everything easy. Avoid hop-on, hop-off buses, which are overpriced and inflexible. Also skip regular taxis when possible, as they're much more expensive than public transport. By using unlimited passes, you save money and travel stress-free. Tip number 3. Stay outside the tourist center to cut accommodation costs in half. This is one of the most impactful budget decisions you'll make. Never stay in Old Town, also known as Prague 1. It's beautiful, but wildly overpriced. Hotels and Airbnbs there charge premium rates just for location. Here's the price difference. A hotel in Old Town costs $120 to $200 per night. The exact same quality hotel in Žižkov or Vinohrady costs $60 to $100 per night. That's 50% savings. Over a week-long trip, staying outside the center saves you $300 to $500. That's huge. Here are the best budget-friendly neighborhoods. Žižkov is young, cool, and full of cafes and bars. It has excellent tram connections, and rooms are 30 to 50% cheaper. Vinohrady is beautiful, safe, and super walkable with fantastic public transit. It's a favorite among locals. Śmiechów is perfect for budget hotels. It has a large shopping mall and tons of tram lines. Karlin is trendy, modern, and clean. It's one of Prague's rising neighborhoods with great restaurants. All of these neighborhoods are just 10 to 15 minutes from the city center by tram or metro. Public transport is so efficient that location outside the center is actually an advantage, not a disadvantage. Plus, staying in residential neighborhoods gives you a more authentic experience. You'll see where locals actually live, find better and cheaper restaurants, and discover neighborhood bakeries and cafes. Expect to pay $18 to $40 for hostels, $45 to $70 for budget hotels, and $80 to $100 for solid mid-range hotels. If you're staying longer than 6 days, check Booking.com for monthly discounts, which can save another 20 to 40%. Staying outside the center is one of the smartest budget moves you can make. Tip number 2. Drink like a local to save massive amounts of money. Food and drink are where tourists waste the most money in Prague, but they're also where you can save the most. Prague is famous for legendary beer, and unlike most big cities, beer is often cheaper than water. In local pubs, you'll pay $1.50 to $2.50 per beer. Craft beer costs $3 to $4. But in tourist pubs, the same beer costs $6 to $10. Don't miss Czech beers, especially Pilsner, which originated in the Czech Republic and is celebrated for its crisp, refreshing taste. For food, street food vendors offer delicious options like torturnik, a sweet pastry, or sausages. Markets like Havelska Tradzicke provide samples of local delicacies at lower prices. Prague also has great international cuisine for various dietary needs. Whether you're vegetarian, vegan, or have restrictions, you'll find options. Combine cheap local food with affordable Czech beer, and you'll eat and drink like royalty on a backpacker budget. And now, tip number 1. The most impactful money-saving strategy for Prague travel. Fly into alternative airports instead of Prague Airport. This single decision can save you $200 to $500 on flights. That's more than any other single tip in this video. Here's how it works. Prague Airport is convenient, but it's not always the cheapest to fly into. Airlines often charge premium prices for direct flights to Prague. Instead, look at nearby cities with cheaper flights. The best alternatives are Vienna, which is 3 hours away by bus, Berlin, which is 4 to 5 hours away, and Munich, which is around 4 hours away. Once you land at these alternative airports, take Flixbus or RegioJet to Prague. These buses are incredibly comfortable, often with free coffee and movies, and they cost only $10 to $20. Let me give you a real example. A direct flight to Prague costs $850. A flight to Vienna costs $420. The bus from Vienna to Prague costs $15. Your total is $435. You just saved $415. Even accounting for the extra travel time, you're saving hundreds of dollars. And honestly, the bus ride through the Czech countryside is a beautiful experience. Here's how to find these deals. Use Google Flights price alerts. Set alerts for Prague and all nearby cities. Use Skyscanner's cheapest month feature and use Hopper for price predictions. The best months for cheap flights are February, March, April, October, and November. Avoid expensive periods like late June, July, and December. If you're flexible by even a few days, you can often cut prices in half. Also, use the incognito mode trick. Search for flights in a private browsing window to prevent websites from tracking your searches and raising prices. By flying into alternative airports, you're not just saving a few dollars here and there, you're saving hundreds of dollars on the single biggest expense of your trip. This is the most powerful budget travel hack for Prague. Period. There you have it. 15 money-saving tips for Prague, ranked from least to most impactful. By following these 15 tips, you can travel Prague for $40 to $80 per day and save hundreds or even thousands of dollars on your trip. Prague is one of the best value destinations in Europe. Affordable transport, cheap delicious food, free world-class attractions, and fairy tale charm everywhere you look. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe, like, and share it with fellow travelers. Also, check out our general budget travel tips and tricks video, which has more ways to save. Thank you for watching, and enjoy your amazing budget adventure in Prague.